I've shot spec ads, and I think they're super important to build your portfolio when you're first starting out, but I also think everyone's been doing them recently, and it's super oversaturated right now. In this video, I wanted to talk about why I shot a short film over making another spec ad, and why I think it's way more important to tell your story versus mimicking someone else's brand. Action! Firstly, if you don't know me, my name is Matt, and I post videos on this YouTube channel. I talk about filmmaking tips, insights, projects, all that kind of stuff, and I used to work in the lighting department on commercial film sets. And if you've ever worked as a PA, a grip, a camera assistant, and wanted to make the jump into directing or DPing, you know how hard it is to make that jump from film worker to filmmaker. So I wrote an ebook talking all about making that transition happen. So check it out down below in the description. Now let's hop into the video. If you're in those first few foundational years of filmmaking and have absolutely nothing in your portfolio, I think it's amazing to shoot spec projects. I actually encourage you to do so. That's what I did my first few years as a filmmaker and trying to break in, really, was shooting a bunch of spec projects and rounding up friends and putting in a couple $100 to make a project happen. I think spec projects are an amazing way to build your portfolio and learn technical skills and learn how to work with a crew, because you're not really gonna have the opportunity to experiment a whole lot on client projects. And this is really just a good foundation to build your portfolio and be able to use that work to pitch to clients. But over time, as I've matured as a filmmaker, I realized I was just trying to fit the mold of a brand and not really using my own voice to share projects and tell stories. If we take the Depop project as an example, sure, that's a really fun piece to have in my portfolio. It's shiny, it's fun, it has good pacing and all that stuff. But from a filmmaking perspective, like, that project just doesn't do it for me anymore, because I think it's gotten really easy to make something that looks really beautiful, but is sort of hollow and doesn't have a lot of depth to it. I think we see it all the time on short form content. We'll see something that looks really cool and sure, it might grab our attention, but you'll probably scroll past and end up forgetting about it because it doesn't do anything for you on an emotional level. I think a lot of the times it's just mimicking what's already been done before and mimicking somebody else's style. Versus if you were to shoot one today, because I really think it is important to have spec stuff, injecting your own voice, your own style, your own personality into the project, that's what's gonna set it apart versus making something that looks really cool and just feels like a carbon copy of somebody else's work. But if you wanted to show your voice, your style, and practice leadership, then I think shooting short films is the way to go for that. I think that's what people are looking for today. Telling your story and using your own voice, like, that's uniquely yours, and that's something that's irreplaceable. By showing people you could tell a story, I think that's going to take you a lot further in your career. I was talking to a producer in Toronto that works at a production company, and he was telling me that they found a director on Instagram because one of his short films went viral, and now he's represented by that production company. It matters to me because I wanted to challenge myself with something real, something I could sink my teeth into, and something I could look back on and be super proud of when I look back at my career. Because in the process, I fell in love with directing my new short film, Get Up, Try Again. It's a lighthearted short film that takes a page directly from my childhood and even has people in it from when I was growing up. So it's something I'm really excited to share on this channel. But let me clarify, I think spec ads are amazing. I think it's great to get your feet wet. I think it's great to learn the technical and sort of just take risks and figure out what you like. But it'll get to a point where you'll realize, I want to do something that's more risky, something that's more me, something that's more personal. Because at the end of the day, we don't need more Nike spec ad commercials. We need more people telling their stories, because that's uniquely yours, and that's what's going to make you truly stand out as a filmmaker.
Thank you guys for making this happen.
I want you to let me know in the comments whether you're team spec ad or team short film. Also, an update on my new short film, Get Up, Try Again, or Gutta for short. It's currently in post-production right now, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I think you guys are honestly gonna love it. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, because there's gonna be a ton of breakdown videos coming for that. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.